Digital marketing strategies frequently treat social media influencers as high-reach billboards. Brands pay for access to large audiences, assuming that putting a product in front of a follower will directly trigger a purchase. The industry measures the success of these campaigns using standard quantitative metrics: reach, impressions, and likes. But these raw interaction numbers consistently fail to predict whether a viewer will actually develop any lasting loyalty to the brand being promoted. The gap between simple reach and actual consumer loyalty is explained by parasocial interaction theory. This psychological framework describes an illusionary, one-sided experience. A digital spectator consumes the content of a media figure so regularly and with such perceived proximity that the viewer's brain begins to process the figure as an intimate, real-world friend. User loyalty is a function of real-world psychological well-being and perceived social responsibility, rather than a metric of digital reach. We can see the exact mechanics of this process in this structural equation model, published in a 2022 empirical study by researchers Ji-Hae Kim and Min-Song Kim. This chart maps the precise flow of variables turning a digital viewer into a loyal consumer. By breaking down the specific pathways in this data, we can identify the psychological mechanisms required to predictably architect consumer loyalty in modern digital ecosystems. The study isolates 4 input attributes characterizing an influencer's digital output: language similarity, interest similarity, interaction frequency, and self-disclosure. Interaction frequency captures how often users view, like, or comment. This is the default metric the advertising industry uses to evaluate engagement. But look at the dotted line connecting interaction frequency to perceived friendship on this chart. The negative 0.182 critical ratio demonstrates that raw interaction volume is statistically insignificant. High-frequency engagement fails to build intimacy. Clicking like requires no emotional investment. Looking back at the chart, solid lines reveal the actual drivers of perceived friendship. Language similarity carries a 0.464 weight, and self-disclosure sits at 0.320. The strength of these two variables is explained by self-congruity theory. This theory dictates that individuals actively seek out psychological mirrors. Users form attachments to digital figures who share their specific vocabulary and communication style, and who are willing to openly disclose personal facts and emotional states. Optimizing marketing budgets for purely mechanical engagement wastes resources. Optimizing for self-congruity, finding influencers who truly mirror the target audience, builds the true foundation of parasocial loyalty. This raises the next logical question: do those specific digital attributes have the power to directly improve a user's real-world well-being on their own? The data